like it was nothing, man. I thought that was cool. Anyway, right around this time, we give you your morning message. Today's morning message comes from the birthday boy, Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars, happy birthday, Bruno. And this is Bruno Mars talking about critics. And Lord knows he's probably got plenty of critics when it comes to his music over the years. This is what he has to say.
Harsh criticism. Look, the thing is, in the beginning, it's a little funky, but you got to realize that everybody nowadays has an opinion. Everybody's a critic. And, you could watch my video on YouTube and leave a comment. You can go to iTunes and buy my album and leave a comment. You can tweet whatever you want, and you're going to drive yourself crazy if you really take those things seriously. Not everyone's going to love you.
The realest part of the end. Not everybody's going to love you. And that's just something we got to get used to. Here's what I love about his morning message, Bruno Mars. When you think about it, Bruno Mars has had to fight for his music and his musical style, right? Because the industry and the labels have always tried to put him in some kind of box. Are you pop? Are you hip hop? Are you urban? What are you? And he's kind of just been I make my own music. And when you have to fight for your sound to just be your sound, whatever it is, and not necessarily be labeled, you're going to go through a lot of criticism. So he knows a lot about not just, YouTube comments and Twitter comments, but also within his industry, having these comments, having to sit and listen to a record executive tell him, what his music is supposed to be. But I love how he says, look, not everybody's going to like you and you can't take it too seriously. And I think a lot of times we take criticism to heart. It makes us reevaluate, okay, am I doing the right thing or am I not? It makes you second guess yourself. Sometimes it makes you feel bad about what you're doing. And the reality is, if you really believe in what you're doing, if you feel good about what you're doing, don't let no criticism stop you from that. Because the reality is, everybody who tried to stop Bruno Mars or try to, force him into a certain box but couldn't do it. I mean, imagine if he actually listened to all the critics and what they had to say. He wouldn't be Bruno Mars today.
Thanks.
So today, I want you to think about that. Whether it's criticism on your job or at work, or whether it's criticism from your fans, or whether it's criticism via your social media, the reality is everybody has a platform. They have a voice. They have the ability to say their opinion on what you're doing. And so with that said, see it. You might see it, but don't necessarily take it too seriously. Don't let that knock you off your game, especially if you feel good about what you're doing. All right? Don't take criticism too seriously, because everybody is a critic. Everybody got an opinion, right? So let it be and keep doing you, all right? That's your morning message. Happy birthday to Bruno Mars. And for morning message to Morning Mojo, who's trying to see Lauryn Hill?